Hello everyone! Today we're taking a closer look at Dredge, a game that might not immediately grab the attention of those used to blockbuster and AAA titles, such as myself. But don't let its indie label fool you. This game offers a deep, compelling world filled with mystery and intrigue. Set in a foreboding archipelago, you're a fisherman, uncovering ancient secrets and dark forces beneath the waves. Let's dive into what makes Dredge a refreshing catch in the vast ocean of video games, and why I think you should play it. The gameplay of Dredge starts simply, yet grows in complexity. You begin with the damaged boat, a gift from the local mayor, who tasks you with repaying him through the fish you catch and sell at the local fishmonger. The act of fishing is initially straightforward. Cast your line, press at the right time, and reel in your catch. However, some of the fish hides in the day and only visible in the nighttime, which, in a mysterious setting, coupled with dark undertones and music, gets you nervous. The minigames are not so various here and essentially press at the right time kind of thing. Here are some examples. But the way they make it more interesting is that feeling and sometimes real danger of not looking around while you're catching it. It quickly becomes real sketchy and dangerous. The boat upgrades are pretty straightforward as well. You have merchants and shipwrights, dry and wet docks. Get fishing, sell, find special parts, research, buy, install, upgrade. The usual kind of thing. As you progress, the game introduces the concept of dredging, which allows you to retrieve sunken artifacts from the ocean floor. This not only diversifies the gameplay, but also ties directly into the unfolding narrative. Dredging brings a new layer of strategy as you manage your inventory and decide which treasures to chase, balancing risk and reward. All of that keeps you in the loop. It rewards you for trying, and that keeps you wanting a faster, better boat. I was glad it wasn't really that grindy. It felt natural, and it encourages you to explore the world more, to catch bigger fish, go further, find special parts hidden behind or between small islands. Feeling the thrill and scare of night quickly approaching, getting some adrenaline in your blood flow. The mechanics in the game are not the way to get you play the game for 70, 80 or 100 hours, but to push you to see what it offers, which is super cool. I do think that it's what some of the newer titles lack, engagement and mechanics to show you the game, and not vice versa. You're not really locked by the ship upgrades, and I do think that with not that many upgrades, you can still finish the game. There is also a storage, where you can place your things and access through the map on different locations, which I'm glad is there. It could really get annoying at a later game without it. The things you have to upgrade are your fishing rods, to catch special fish types that live in other biomes or get bigger fish at starting locations. There is also a trail net that catches fish while you just go around. Good thing about it is that it doesn't fill your storage. I didn't know that, so I really did miss on that one until my mid-game. So get it. It's not much, but it's almost honest work. The things that I felt were a little lagging are standard treasures that you can dredge out. Most of them don't really hold that much value. It can only be sold at one location, the trader at Little Marrow. They're not really that valuable, and catching one school of fish and selling it is way more viable financially, but they don't take a lot of storage space. I did keep them in my storage while I traveled and then sold them in bulk. It was more like an investment rather than straight income. You can also put some crab cages and make some passive income. I didn't find them too useful at the beginning, but after you get your boat upgraded and can spend some research points on them, they might prove useful closer to endgame, as they did for me. After my first playthrough, some other things came out, like free add-ons of some NPCs like Painter, that can change the color of your boat if you find some special crabs for him. Or addition of a photographer, which is a nice way to introduce you to photo mode. Those new features expand the gameplay even further and strengthen my belief that whoever developed the game truly cares about their creation, which I deeply enjoy. The visual and auditory design of Dredge is a highlight. The game uses a stylized art that combines with warm notes of nostalgia for something that didn't happen. The game is charming with lurking sense of dread. The islands you explore are beautifully rendered, with each biome having its own distinct feel and secrets hidden just out of plain sight. The addition of killer whales, dolphins swimming around you is like seeing them in real life. It gets you excited. Especially the whales, their magnificence, their size compared to our small boat filled me with childlike wonder. I could not stop looking at them and have almost crashed on some rocks. I want to once again emphasize that the day-to-night cycle profoundly affects the gameplay, as the night brings not only visual darkness but a palpable increase in danger. With all of those visual effects of purple-red lights emerging in the dark, with your headlight being really dim for the surroundings, appearing rocks out of nowhere, gets you going, and it adds another horror-like dimension to the game without being too overbearing. The soundtrack deserves a special mention, as does the like button. It is both haunting and beautiful, crafted to enhance the game's dual nature. During the day, the music is light, almost serene. But as the sun sets, it shifts into more ominous tones. The longer you stay out, the more intense it gets. That perfectly complements the increasing threats that emerge from the shadows. The narrative depth of Dredge is where the game truly stands out. Each biome on the archipelago has its own backstory, filled with lore that hints at the ancient evils stirring beneath the waves. The characters you meet, from the optimistic mayor to the enigmatic fishmonger, dockworker, builder, lighthouse lady, and many more, all of them have some part to play, be it big or small, in unfolding of the events. To truly enjoy this game, you have to read between the lines. The game feels like a well-structured series or a movie, and you are the director. Slowly, as you meet new people, collect artifacts, you begin to piece together a larger story of corruption, lost knowledge, and slumbering evil. And you, a fisherman, getting caught in the middle of it all. The storytelling is subtle, yet compelling, relying on environmental clues and cryptic dialogues more than direct exposition, engaging you to think and explore beyond the surface. I would like to leave a little remark about the game being linear. There is not much of a variety of what and how things can be done. Even though you have some dialogue choices, it doesn't really change the game or next event. Only the response might change a little, but that's the extent of it. So if you prefer games where you can make a lot of choices, this one might not be your cup of tea. However, if you are after a fantastic story that feels fresh and engaging, this game is definitely worth checking out. It's a linear game with one real choice, or for some, a coincidence, but you have to play it to get it. I don't want to spoiler it. So why is Dredge special to me? Coming from a background of high-octane, big-budget games like Death Stranding, Crysis, GTA, and with over 20 years of gaming under my belt, I found Dredge to be a breath of fresh air. Lately, I've realized that I don't fully engage with many of the big titles released recently. The last game I really dove into and played for over 100 hours was RDR2. It was the first game since Witcher 3 that captured my attention for so long. And that's how I stumbled upon Dredge. I was drawn to its slower, more thoughtful pace, which challenged my usual gaming preferences, and reminded me of the vast potential of video games as a medium. Dredge focuses on narrative and atmosphere rather than on repetitive quests. It reignited my love for storytelling and exploration in games, elements that feel natural and unforced. And that for me is what makes Dredge truly special. It stands as a testament to the immersive power of games that prioritize a compelling story and setting over a mere spectacle. The only real downside for me is the challenge of finding other titles that make me feel like Dredge does. The only game that comes close from recent memory is Frostpunk, which offers a similarly immersive experience. Dredge is like an iceberg. There is more beneath the surface than you might expect. It delves deeply into themes of isolation, discovery, and the supernatural. For anyone who values rich narratives, straightforward yet satisfying gameplay, and atmospheres that haunt you long after you've turned off the screen, Dredge is a must-play. It stands out not just as a game that entertains, but also as one that prompts deeper reflection on the potential of video games. I highly recommend diving into its dark waters and seeing where the currents take you. A quick note on Pale Reach DLC. I won't spend much time on it in this review. While it expands the world and adds a layer of mystery, it's quite brief. If you loved the original game, it might be worth it for another playthrough to uncover a bit more of its world. If you have played Dredge, share your thoughts in the comments. How did it make you feel? That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Bye bye.